Homemade is a feature-length documentary about hidden wounds through the eyes of a family. The concept of the film started off as one thing and ended up as another, as often documentaries do. And we started to notice an obvious trend, and that was the IED, the improvised explosive device. If we really explored an IED blast, then we would start to understand the psychology of what the victims of an IED blast were going through. When an explosion happens in the field, it has a concussive footprint. It starts at the epicenter and goes out. Depending on how close you are to that epicenter, directly affects your physical injuries and can inform the psychological injuries that you actually are suffering from. The more we started to talk to doctors and to family members, we started to realize that there was the actual literal blast in the field. On the back end, you had this footprint of how the relationships were affected by the blast from the immediate family members on out to the community. We were following Adam. He had been in a blast and suffered shrapnel wounds, but was still in the Marine Corps and was doing well. When we met him, he was newly married, and they were dealing with a lot of the issues that military families have to deal with. But they seemed to really be mitigating the problems and thriving in that environment. We were sitting on all of this work, and we got a call from Adam's master sergeant stating that he really didn't think he was doing too well, which came out of left field. Got on a plane, went out to visit him and his wife, and was pretty blown away at the difference. The Adam that I saw a year earlier to the Adam that I was witnessing, in that moment were completely two different people. At that point, I was just concerned about Adam's well-being and Victoria's well-being. It seemed that their relationship was under a lot of stress. You know, we really talked a lot, and how we had met was with cameras in our hands, and they were in a situation where they were doing really well, and now they were desperate for help. And ultimately, it came down to the trust that Adam and Victoria had in what my intentions were. We're just looking at this as a fly on the wall as much as possible. I hope that this film inspires change at many different levels. One, I would love for the Marine Corps to see this film, and they can look at what they're doing and note where they could make a change, seeing what Adam's struggles with transition were. I hope that it allows doctors to gain some perspective on how they're treating patients. And I hope that it inspires individuals, you know, witnessing Adam and Victoria's courage at their lowest moments in their life, that they have the power to change themselves.